Hello everyone, my name is Nick. I am also known as Dart3 Development Developer, and in this video I want to meet you with my new inventory system that is available on the Unity Asset Store. We used to look at inventory as a hard, complicated stuff, but it's not really that. Unity Engine allows us to create any kind of editor tools that we can use for process automatization and also for better development experience. So here is my inventory system that allows you to create your inventory systems with a few simple steps. Of course, you can create custom design for that and change result as you want. If you're in development of RPG, survival game, or just a game where inventory is needed, my asset will be very handy for you. So let's start. Here we have inventory wizard window. You can find it in DT inventory fold at the top. After window appeared, you can see bunch of fields here at the custom inspector. First one is inventory horizontal size. This slider defines how much grid cells we want to get on horizontal axis of a grid panel, and the same for vertical. Normal cell color will be drawn if a grid cell is empty and does not affected by other item. Hovered cell color will be drawn if item is hovered by some item. And blocked cell color is used to draw cells which we cannot store with an item we draw currently. As you might know, we can stack our items, so we have stack text to draw these values on the screen. We can set custom font for stack text, and also we can do the same with color of the text. Cell size controls cell width and height. This value in pixels, and it has the same values as UI rect component values width and height. We must have cell image in order to draw our grid cells properly. And if you want, you can also set background image and color. Now just press build inventory and here we are. Now we have inventory that already support item, pickup, placement, stacking, saving and loading. I will also create loot grid window. I will use loot window as storage for temporary items. For example, when we inspecting some loot box or chest, items will be spawned to loot window. So click on loot window button and set horizontal and vertical size, at the same as on inventory. Now we can inspect loot boxes and chests as well. But what shall we do if we want to take sword in player hands? Or if we want to wear clothes on player? Click on equipment panels button. Here we can create any number of equipment panels to store items. You can track current stored items and do simple construction to make some actions. For example, we can store sword in equipment slot, and then we can get sword name and turn an object with this name in player hands. Here we have number of panels we want to create. Here is the grid size for each panel, and also item type tag that can be applied to this panel. We completely finished with inventory settings, and now we can play with inventory in play mode, but let me focus on other things before we start. It's time to look at the items. Here we have example items we can interact with. Each item has following fields: name, description and type. As I said before, we use type as a tag for our object to check if we can keep this item to some slot or not. ID is unique identifier for each item. You can generate it with clicking this button. Item grid size tells how much space item will store on the inventory grid. And here we have stackable checkbox. We can set default item stack and make stack size here. Make sure that item stack size is not bigger than max by default. And save changes will save or overrides to item components. Also, you can create items with special window. After you're done with item settings, you shall save your prefab in the asset folder. Now we can create loot box. I will create primitive object and assign loot box component to that. Also, I need to change tag of the object to loot box. Here at the loot box component we can set predefined items or random items. You must set prefabs, not stun instances. Otherwise you will able to pick up item from scene and from loot box as well, and it is not right. Now about pickup system. Here you can choose how you will interact with the items. You can use raycast from camera, its VPS interaction type. Trigger pickup. In this case we will get each item within trigger collider distance. And last one is click to pick up. In order to get items with this method you have to attach additional components to your items. It is touch pickup items handler. I drag and drop player controller from assets folder and attach pickup component to its camera. Also I want to know name of items I looking on, so I drag canvas with item tooltip to my scene as well. After that I need to apply tooltip text to my pickup component. Now we can press play and test our inventory. As you can see, inventory works. As I said before, we can also save and load items. You can do that with item database and save data script. You can create new database with right button click in project view. Database must contain all objects you have in project, so it's useful to keep items organized and hold them in one place. I select my items and drop them in my database. After that, we need to attach save data component to our inventory root and also set your node database here. It's all you need to know about DT inventory. If you have suggestions or issues with inventory, you can contact me at the email below. Thanks for watching.